beautiful people. It's yours truly, Nicolette E. Brown, author, mentor, and motivational speaker, coming to you live tonight. Once again, I'll be blogging about my book, Keep It Sexy, How to Create and Maintain the Passion in Your Relationship. I blogged about chapter 8, I blogged about chapter 1, I blogged about chapter 6. Tonight I'll be blogging about chapter 3. 1 + 1 = 1. These are a couple interviews. They're awesome. But before I get into that, I'm going to do one shout out for you tonight. Tonight I'm going to be shouting out my very dear friend Michelle. She has a company that she runs in Conyers, Georgia called Siobhan's Massage. She's doing some hot specials now between now and January the 7th. She'll be doing Swedish deep tissue and hot stone pedicure packages for now up until January 7th. She's located at the Mimosa Salon Suites at 2064 Eastside Drive, Suite 102. And Michelle's telephone number where you can reach her at her salon is 770-364-7125. Yes, outstanding. Now, tonight, I'll be blogging about chapter 3, and chapter 3, this is 1 + 1 = 1. These are a couple interviews. What I'm going to do basically is I'm going to keep it real simple. I asked several different couples who've been married for several years specific questions. There were 17 questions, but we won't get into that tonight. I'm basically just going to plug about 7 out of the 17, and we'll go from there. Well, first of all, I asked, how long were you married? They said 14 years. I asked the question, what was the sexy feature? Like, what was the sexiest feature about the husband and the wife? Now, the wife answered his back, you know, very muscular, you know, and his answer was her boobs. Ooh, okay. I asked them how often do they go out on dates. They said once per month. They like to stay home often, so they do try to get out once a month, maybe once every other month. They said they both confessed and they both agreed that that was something that they both were comfortable with. I asked them about how often are they affectionate. They said daily, sometimes more than once, sometimes more than twice per day, that they're actually affectionate with one another. And that was something that they both were comfortable with. Another question was, how do you maintain, this is one of my favorite questions, how do you maintain the passion after so many years? His answer was, what passion? She answered, doing the nasty. Okay, all right, which was hilarious. My next question was, how often do you guys have sex? And they both answered 3 to 4 times per week. And I'm like, wow, you know, I was pleasantly surprised to see that, to actually hear that from the couple, because they're grandparents. They have all their children are adults, and they have about 21 grandchildren. So I thought that was a beautiful, very pleasant surprise to hear from them. What is your favorite position and why? That was another question I asked them. He said he loves his wife doggy style. And she said, girl on top while she rides her husband. And I just laughed and laughed. And I mean, the whole time that we were doing the interview, they were very comfortable with each other. They were very affectionate. He did a lot of stroking of the thigh and rubbing of the back, and she did the same thing. And it was such a beautiful thing to see after being married for so many years. Of course, this is like their second marriage, their adult children. They have a blended family. You know, as I watched them laugh and giggle and even blush at some of the questions, I realized that this couple is very passionate. You know, even after all these years, they're very passionate about one another, and it was such a beautiful thing to see. And another thing that I learned was everything that they deal with, all these situations that they're faced with, they bring home the love, the affection, and the adoration, and they leave all the other stuff out the door. So I thought that was awesome. And the main reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of people are discouraged about marriage. People that are in their marriages and people that are seeking marriage. And some people who've totally given up on even wanting to be married. That there are some married couples out here that are very, very happy and very passionate about one another. And it's not something that should die off. It's something that should continually go and continually grow. And it should motivate everyone. It motivates me a lot to know that there's still hope for a beautiful, beautiful marriage. So I just want to thank you all for following me. My name is Nikki Divine on Twitter. My name is Nicolette E. Brown on Facebook. And I'm so excited and I'm so delighted about my new project called Keep It Sexy, my book. Keep It Sexy, How to Create and Maintain the Passion in Your Relationship. But one more thing you got to understand. You got to remember this. You can't stop. You won't stop. And you don't stop until you get enough. Good night, everybody.